Hello, everyone. Welcome back to UW-Stout Valorant. Today, it is round 3 of CVAL. We're still in the group stage. I am Kaiser, and I'm here with my co-caster, TW. TW, how are you today?
I am doing absolutely great. I'm ready to watch some amazing watch UW-Stout win once again.
Oh,
Hopefully
absolutely.
we'll get to see that.
Yeah, last time we casted together, they did pull off a win, so I expect to see the same thing today. I think we might be good luck charms. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we might be, but I do have a tendency to bring in that caster curse, so Hopefully that's not gonna
no
happen
caster
today.
cursing today. No caster cursing. You're not allowed
I'll
to
try
curse.
not to make it happen. I'll try to not make it happen. I was casting a Rainbow Six Siege game earlier. Someone in my chat said that it was going to be a 3-7. It was almost a 3-7 game. I mentioned it, and it didn't happen, so I kind of cursed it. So I'm going to have to watch out with what I'm saying today.
You're only allowed to curse if it helps UW-Stout. I will allow that.
Okay, so I'm going to put the curse out now. Toledo is going to lose. Or Toledo is going to win. Toledo's going to win. That's the curse. It's going to happen.
You already
reverse
messed
psychology.
Up. Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology, yeah.
Reverse psychology. Anyway, we have an exciting game up ahead of us today. We are going to Haven and then Fracture, and should it go to map 3, which I don't think it will, we will be on Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl is a really map number 3 on Pearl. We might even be able to see the 6th player of the UW-Stout team. I can't quite remember her name.
UFaze.
Oh yeah, UFaze.
I believe last time she played Astra. She played Astra, and she kind of was popping off on Astra. So I think, should we go to Pearl, UW-Stout is in good hands. I'm not gonna lie, Pearl's my favorite map, so I wouldn't mind seeing it. However, I would love to see UW-Stout take it home in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, most definitely. And as well, UW-Stout's old map or old favorite map, we mentioned it earlier on off the stream. Haven used to be their favorite map. Nowadays it is Fracture, but Haven and Fracture are both of the maps that we will be playing today as the first 2 maps. So hopefully the playbook on Haven is still kind of updated and they're still kind of ready on that map. Because once it comes to Fracture, I think they're definitely going to take the win. But Haven might just be a little bit shaky.
It might be, but again, if they can kind of go back to their roots, again, they used to be very, very strong on Haven. I've seen some good things from UW-Stout on Haven, especially in the past league that just finished up here. So I think if they can just kind of pull back from that, not get too stressed out. I know it hasn't been going well for them, but maybe let's get out of our heads. Let's go back to where we're comfortable and maybe let's take it home in 2 maps. UW-Stout, yeah, they do, I believe, need to win these next 2 rounds to move on to that elusive round of 32. They are, I believe, 1-1 here after round 2 or 2-1.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1-1 that I heard earlier on. Don't quote me on it, but it should be round 1-1 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
They will definitely, yeah, they're 1-1. I just got the confirmation out there. So we'll just have to see if they're going to be able to pull through, if they're going to be able to get themselves one step closer towards getting themselves into that round of 32. But first off, we'll have this map of Haven and we'll have to see what they're going to play.
Yeah, and it
already a couple knocks coming through on that UW-Stout team.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're pretty solidified in their map picks. Again, these are the agents we saw them on last time. Pretty comfortable here. Of course, Dieng again on that Jet. We have Wangle on Omen. Very similar team comp here coming out from Toledo, although of course you have the KO instead of that Fade, and of course a Sova instead of that Breach. But again, I think UW-Stout are comfortable with their agents. I personally have not seen Toledo play, but I have seen UW-Stout play.
Yeah, and that side of Toledo, looking at them picking the Sova and the KO, it's really about them needing information in order to feel comfortable, which in my eyes, it might be like, it might already be a sign that they could be weak, that UW-Stout might be able to, or might be ready for them to just roll them over.
Yeah, well, we won't have to wait too long to see. It looks like we're heading into the map here now. Again, I'm just excited for some good Valorant gameplay.
Yeah, most definitely, and we always got to see that from UW-Stout. Hopefully Hopefully today is one of those days too.
Yeah, I hope so. It looks like this is a pretty quick and full stack here on C site. They are looking to get that bomb down. It's a 4v2, all down to Vulcan here. And his teammate for Toledo. They're going to be coming in here through CT, but UW-Stout has the read, has the bomb down, and it's all down to Neom, but not able to get one. That is a pretty close to flawless round there for UW-Stout.
Yeah, definitely. I loved seeing what they just did there. Isolating that Jet onto the seaside, kind of forcing her to play over towards those logs on the right side, singling Vulcan out on his own, and then just taking him down without a single problem. And then they just kept on they kept on doing that, and they eventually snowballed that into even more kills, into a pretty easy round win. A pretty good start, to be honest.
It looks like they're looking to take that C control again. They do have the gun advantage here. It worked last round on the pistol, so you expect it to work here again when they have those Spectres. Bomb is going to go down.
And they've been given a bit more respect this time around. No one on that Toledo side really peeking into it, but it's not even going to matter. The scoreline has already been opened up by Breezy and the boys. One kill does come through from the KO, but that should just be all she wrote. Cypher is low HP, and he will now be taken down. Dion already seems to be on fire today.
Yeah, and that is a pretty clean 2-0 lead here for UW-Stout. Of course, Toledo will be able to buy up those rifles here, but if they just keep doing what they're doing, I think this is going to be a pretty solid map for them.
Yeah, most definitely. Now this round around, they're on the bonus. They still have a lot of Spectres since they only lost a player last round. We'll have to see if they perhaps can convert this one into a round win. If they can, it is definitely a good sign that we're gonna see from the UW-Stout side. But here, look at this from Sparty, so sneaky in the Cypher cage. He's now gonna go out of it. The flank comes through, but he isn't quite catching onto the players. His own teammate has smoked him off. He decides to play it safe, get back into the window, and oh wow, what are these UW-Stout players doing? They're just fighting for the side. Haven't even planted the spike yet. Oh, wait a second. Oh, one roll. Why are you peeking that? You had the spike, you didn't have to go. Seems like they want to go for A now. Sparty's backstack comes through. D-Young seems to have been spotted on low HP too. It's just been dire for him, and oh, what? It's like we're watching.
You know what though? Good damage by UW-Stout on that bonus round.
Yeah, getting those 3 kills, denying 3 of those heavy weaponry towards that Toledo side. They're gonna have to reinvest now. And looking at their money, Tino will not have enough money to really buy a rifle. Vulcan won't either. And Mage is already onto the Ares. So UW-Stout are definitely in an advantage this round. Perhaps standing ahead, able to get a little bit more. Once again, they will be going to C. C seems to be their bread and butter.
Oh, D-Young with the knives there, getting that pick on Sparty, and gets another on the KO before getting treated out by Cypher there. 2v4, and again, bomb is going to go down on the C site, and that is a quick cleanup there for UW-Stout.
Yeah, there's just no answers on that Toledo side. UW-Stout, they know where that weak point is, and they've found that really quickly on. Toledo now, they have to do something different with their setup coming up next. I feel like every single time that UW-Stout has hit that C bomb site, they've just been rolled over. Perhaps they should go for perhaps they should just play Cypher on that side, hopefully, or hope to get a tripwire kill, and then back out, play for the retake.
Revealing area.
Of course, first off, they'll have an eco. They'll be on those sheriffs that lower weaponry. We'll have to see if they're even able to do any damage. There's already 4 players here. Dion is deep onto the side. Manages to get himself the first, but it's a fake. They've been bamboozled. Look at this. Everyone, or the entire UW-Stout side is going towards A. Dion, he just keeps on opening up the scoreboard. There's just no chances for Toledo.
Good pick there by Kingdom of Mage, though, but not able to get another one. And there we go again. UW-Stout so close to getting a flawless, but yet just one member down each time. But it doesn't matter. They're still converting those rounds. 4-1 here on, again, this is Toledo's map pick. But we do see that op starting. Come on, Toledo will be able to full buy here, and it looks like Vulcan is coming out with that operator and those light shields here. But I don't think that's anything for UW-Stout to be afraid of when they're stomping as they are.
Definitely, it shouldn't be if they keep on rolling like this. And I'm wondering why that op is posted up towards A. Maybe Vulcan has read the play. He's been doing that, gets the shot onto the fade, and I think that he might have hit the collateral. No, he unfortunately, or luckily for Dion, he did not. So he'll be keeping his health onto 100. The operator has now been known, and UW-Stout is still looming around. And oh, what is this from Sparty? The aggression. Why are you doing this, Sparty? There's no reason for you to be pushing that deep. Same with the Omen there. Why are we pushing that deep onto the side? There's no info given. They're just going alone.
I know exactly.
It seems like Toledo wants to go for some ego peaks, and I don't quite get why. Now the Cypher Neuralink is gonna come out on that on the UW-Stout side. That's gonna give a lot of info towards where these Toledo players are posted. Tino, he will find Dion. That's at least the flagger down, the one that has been performing so far. It's a good start for Toledo in order to get this retake. They have a KO ult available and a Neuralink, but the Neuralink shouldn't be coming into play anytime soon, or it does right now. But oh, what is that from Wango? He managed to get both of the kills through the smoke, and he's able to finish it up.
Wangle. Insane.
Wow. Wow, I do not know how he managed to get both of those kills.
You know, I think early on that looked like that could have been finally Toledo's round. I mean, obviously they got, you know, that first rifle round when they were bonusing, but it looked like they could have had that when Vulcan got that early pick there with the operator, but just were not able to capitalize, like you said, pushing out and not holding sight, and just allowed UW-Stout to play these like sneaky little off angles and just kind of get them as they pushed out and got a little too over aggressive.
Exactly, and the over aggression on the Toledo side is definitely costing them dearly so far. As well, once again, Sparty going for that, going towards spawn, trying to get a free kill, but it's not working out. It's not working out at all. Tino left to do it once again, but just nothing can be found for that Toledo side. Their aggression is not working out so far.
And we are gonna see a timeout here coming in from Toledo. I think it's a much needed timeout here to just kind of stop that momentum from UW-Stout. But man, the Blue Devils are just rolling right now.
Yeah, the Blue Devils seem like they've just crawled out of hell to cause chaos. They keep on rolling over that Toledo side. Finally, though, Toledo calling a timeout. I feel like that should have happened way before. They seem separated from each other. They seem too eager to get in UW-Stout's face. When they have an advantage, they kind of just give it up by playing way too aggressive. And they're just playing, the play is not bad going aggressive. The only problem really is that they're not going together, or they're not doing that aggression together. They keep on sending those players out on their own, and if you send out a player on his own and he gets caught off guard, well then he's gonna be dead, and there's no refrags available.
Exactly. I think if they're putting themselves in these positions where, again, UW-Stout is winning a lot of these gunfights, but Toledo's not even able to like trade or you know, capitalize off of that, and then they're down in numbers, down in guns, and it's just been hard. But we are gonna see that Jet on the side of Toledo come out with an op again, going to look to find some sort of information with that and maybe get a pick, but UW-Stout going again for this little default play, which has been working for them. It looks like we are going to start inching our way towards C, though, but Wangle likes to play this little off angle there in garage.
And if Wangle is able to find that kill on
And
towards
is.
the A side, he indeed is. This might just sign the UW-Stout players that they should be going over towards that A side. He's already taken heaven, and yes, the core has been made. But it doesn't even matter. They're just finding kills left, right, and center.
Well, and now they know exactly where Sparty is. Looks like that bomb is going to be rotating over to A. And again, we're going to get that plant down. UW-Stout has been able to get this plant down every single round. I mean, they are just rolling through 7-1. Coming into this 9th round here.
And now I'm wondering, why is this not their main map pick anymore? They are so good here. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not really seeing any repoints on that UW-Stout side. Toledo, though, on the other hand, they just seem like they're trembling. They seem like they're falling apart bit by bit. They need to find an answer quite quickly.
I mean, and that's tough. You're down 6 rounds. You need another run, and now you're not even able to full buy. And UW-Stout just so confident, able to go in there, able to get bombed down, able to get these kills. DeYoung gets a pick there in garage, and look at that.
There's just no answer. He's getting caught with his pants on. He's just getting caught with his pants on fire. Just don't even think he had a gun in his hand when Rikayo had a gun in his hand when he died. Now Breach, Aftershock, or Ultimate coming through. Walken still hiding on site though with that Stinger. He's able to find himself 2 kills, and that's a third. That's a third, if I'm not mistaken. C able to return the favor, and DeYoung just finish it up. The jet diff comes through.
I mean, Ian is just such a strong fragger here for the Blue Devils.
What's the plan?
But you know what? I was pleasantly surprised, actually, for Toledo with their jet there. Was not expecting Vulcan to pull that out, but incredible attempt nonetheless. Although I'm rooting for UW-Stout. It's no secret.
Yeah, for UW-Stout too. We're on the UW-Stout stream, of course, so we do have a little bit of bias. We are a little bit biased, but it is what it is. We're casting for them, so we'll allow Oh wow, what a entry from DeYoung. Already opening up that B side, and they keep on rolling. Once again, gang member here, he just sits in the corner, baiting out his teammates a bit. He keeps on getting himself caught off guard. And it's just not looking good for this Toledo side. This was that buy round. That was the round that they had to convert in order to keep themselves in the game and in order to give them some hope for the future. But I feel like hope has just been shut down at this very moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the round they really needed to win Toledo if they wanted to just have any sort of a chance. They had rifles that last one, of course, not able to buy here. And it's 1-9, and UW-Stout looking stronger than ever. Toledo just not able to crack that code. DeYoung getting one before gang member Mage kind of finds that trade. It's now a 3v1, all down to the Cypher here, Tino. And again, Plant is going to go down.
This is just painful to watch if you're a Toledo fan, if I have to be honest. There's just nothing going in their way. Other than that one round that they converted, they just have not found any success. Now perhaps there is a chance for them now. They do have a KO, they do have that KO ult available, the Neuralink and the Omen Shadow Step, so at least they could be able to do something. But I do not think that if you're playing against DeYoung here that there's really much to do. He's almost hit 20 already. And we're just 11 rounds in. That's basically, or 18 kills. That's basically 1.75 kills a round. Almost 2 kills every single round. as he just keeps on opening up the score. But this time around, though, Toledo will find themselves the first. They will find themselves a little bit of an advantage going forward. And hopefully they'll be playing for the retake. But I'm not seeing it happening so far. They're still contesting too much. And that's going to cost them dearly. Sparty once again gets picked off.
Wow. Through the smoke.
No.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, remember, he hasn't yet used his old wang. Oh,
Wait,
the Neural
all
comes
here to
through.
Wingle?
Wango is spotted out.
And it's not planted for him.
Did have his flash available, but there was not really any time for him to use it.
You know, that was tough. Wasn't planted for him there for CT.
Switching
1v3, they knew exactly where he was. Good attempt.
Yeah,
Well
it
played there by
happens.
Toledo. That was well played by Toledo.
Yeah, I feel like that eventually just came out on those individuals getting themselves in there. But if I have to be honest, they were just kind of ducking around, as you could say. I mean, you guys know what I mean. Too much towards that A entry. They had the KO ult available. They could have just waited for everyone to be ready with the retake, activated the KO ult, and then went in. Instead, they were just playing around, letting DeYoung shoot through the smoke. He was able to get 2 kills with that.
I don't think
Almost.
it almost.
UW-Stout almost were able to win it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason that last round ultimately went to Toledo, I have to say, is that UW-Stout has not really had to do a whole lot of strategizing or planning. I mean, they've pretty much just been able to go in there and get kills. And so unfortunately, that kind of bit them at the end there, because Toledo kind of decided to turn it up in an act of desperation. But again, UW-Stout,
Player standing.
I mean, they are just stronger.
They definitely are stronger, but Toledo at least seem to be getting a foot, or maybe just a couple toes in the game. Not necessarily a foot yet. They aren't quite that far. It's only been the pistol round, but they might be able to convert that pistol round into another round win, get themselves 4 on the scoreboard, and just kind of start eating away at that UW-Stout lead. Of course, now they are on the attacking side, and Haven on the attacking side is the stronger side.
Yeah,
It just is
exactly. Well, and also, you know, that was a huge round for them to win. They needed to win pistols here if they wanted to stand a chance in this next half. But if they lose here, I mean, I think that kind of...
Oh, they actually might lose. DeYoung already finds himself the first with the Sheriff. And
Ooh,
why are you doing this, Sparty? This is not ranked. This is a actual game. We're playing
that was a
for a
great TV,
tournament
because
here.
otherwise DeYoung...
Blocking sight.
Almost able to get himself that kill, and oh, wait a second, this fight might actually be planted quite well for DeYoung. Manages to get himself,
Did have it.
Yeah, and the Omen smoke is there now. If Wango gets on top of the spike and the spray doesn't come through, he could have had a chance, but as I said, he could have had. The round already ends in Toledo.
You know what? Good damage on a save. That's 2 guns offline for them. Good damage on a save. Able to full buy now. UW-Stout went in and did what they had to.
Yes, exactly. And this is the round though where UW-Stout really have to win it. If Toledo is able to pick this one up, we might actually be able to see an interesting map come through. But that's a big if. They're on lower weaponry. They have, Toledo is on lower weaponry. They have those specters and stuff. It's just not quite optimal. Looking at the map, something that might not be quite optimal is that Cypher coming through. It doesn't even matter though. Seep able to get those kills through the smokes together with DeYoung. He's going to be tagging in, and it's just a 1-2 and done. DeYoung picks up the 3k.
Terrible.
And that's such a quick round from UW-Stout. The bonus from Toledo not coming through. They now have to Toledo now has to force into it. And looking at their money, Vulcan has to go for a Sheriff. Neomph might be able to buy himself that Vandal. Yes, indeed, he is. But we will see some of those players being on low weaponry, and that once again is just not optimal.
Yeah, I mean, That's tough. I mean, what a fast round. Blink and you miss it.
Bring them
Like, what
down.
an explosive defensive round there for UW-Stout. Looking to do that again.
Spike
Bomb
planted.
is
in
gonna
though,
get
but-
down.
Oh, and Neon
And
was able to
TP's
get out of
out.
there. Oh, this might be difficult. Diffused, or actually the tap comes through quite early on. So at least that's something, or at least UW-Stout are able to bait a bit of utility. As Tino will now pick himself up the double,
One
but is
enemy
it quite
remaining.
enough for Vulcan to clutch it out? No, indeed it is not. It's gonna be match point now for UW-Stout, and Toledo really are on their back foot.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough
Match
situation.
point.
They need to win 8 rounds in a row just to bring it to overtime. UW-Stout completely decimating Toledo here on this first map pick. But again, don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. I don't want to be the one to cast a curse this time. That's your job, TW.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a little bit of a caster curse.
No,
Looking at D
don't
Young's
even-
kill.
Don't even think. Don't even think about it.
He's on 26 kills, only 4 kills away from hitting that 30 bomb in such a fast map. So I have this caster curse him. He will not be hitting 30. It will just end right now. And he will perhaps get a kill or two, but not that 30 bomb.
I know exactly.
No, but I
I
think
might actually be mistaken. I might be mistaken. D Young hitting the double tap,
Okay.
hitting the triple. Oh my god, D Young.
DeYoung.
No, I didn't curse him, I think, but no. Tino able to pick himself up the triple and the
Wow.
quad kill. What is
Okay,
that
Tino.
from Tino? Wow.
You know what Tino heard you say? Tino heard you think about DeYoung getting 4 and instead decided to do it himself. But you know what? That's okay. UW-Stout had
Yeah.
to lose that for DeYoung to get 30. It was calculated. It was calculated. They weren't ready to end yet.
Yeah, exactly. And D Young is
But
just 1 kill away. I mean,
DeYoung?
he just has to hit 1 head.
I mean, what an explosive round there for DeYoung. And the last 2 so low. Of course, UW-Stout not able to finish that off, but it doesn't matter. They're still up 12-5.
Oh, and look at this from Toledo. This is actually quite a good strategy.
Ooh.
They're faking the C side here, and the UW-Stout side is kind of biting into it.
I know exactly.
Having rotated
where
2
you
players over there, one of them will pull, Neuralink will come, Wangle will spot it out. Is the Breach gonna go for it? Or the Omen is, I'm sorry, is he gonna go for it? No, the Breach gonna come through and he will just get out of there. Seep now picks one up for himself, and D Young is there. D Young has hit the 30 bomb. Oh, still looming around, finds himself one, and that's actually over towards an A bomb side. The spike will go down, but UW-Stout map. There's 1 long, there's 1 CT, and Breezy. If he extends time here, his teammate might be able to tap. Yes, indeed. They should be in quite a good position right here. Wangle though, he misses his shot, and Breezy he has been spotted out now. What can you do with your Breezy? Here's the player close to him.
Nice try,
but
though.
doesn't get the kill. At least Toledo are making it a little bit interesting. Like, still six rounds on the scoreboard. It's more than I was expecting after that first round, or after the first half. I'll have to give them kudos for that, but so far, I think it's just gonna be UW-Stout finishing it up in the next buy. If I'm not mistaken here, De Jong, yes, indeed, he has his knives and he's saving money. So next round, we will see him have an operator, hopefully. And an operator in the hands of De Jong.
If it goes to next round.
Yeah, if it even goes to next round, they might even finish it up with the half by indeed. Actually, not if Vulcan has anything to say about that. He wants to keep on going. Oh, look at that! He's been hurt though. Oh, and Vulcan is ready, hearing the updraft or hearing. How would you call that? What would you call that? I kind of don't know, but hearing the jet fly around.
Oh, just
he
the
didn't use
sound of
updraft,
the.
He used the He used the
I don't know,
spacebar key in order to fly.
The flying?
Does it even
I don't
have
know.
a name?
I'm sure it does. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh
Oh no.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, it wasn't even Tino. Wow,
Vulcan is
Vulcan
dead.
was
Oh.
4 there.
And these Toledo players, they seem to be warming up a little bit. They've had a rough start so far, but at least some of the individuals are stepping up round by round. You see gang member, Mage, Tino, and Vulcan all on double digits. And that's something that might be good for them going forward. Maybe not for this map in specific, but of course there's a second map of Fracture that's going to be played after this. So maybe once all of those players can get fired up, and they could perhaps make that second map a bit interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we did touch on this. Haven is a very attacker-sided map, especially, you know, seeing how these two teams play. But again, I think that UW-Stout, the rounds they've lost have been a lot closer. Ooh, DeYoung just missing there on the op shot, but did get some information. Sammy spots one in garage.
Oh, and C has already been taken.
Oh,
Sparty coming out with those average Jonas shock darts once again. He's hiding in the smoke. Sparty, you've been doing this so many times.
I
Leaning
know.
in smokes and then going for a pick. I like to see it, but I, of course, as well, am thinking this is not a rank game. This is an actual tournament game. You don't want to start throwing here. At least he's able to pick up 1 kill, and that will guarantee his team the round. DeYoung and his teammate, the Cypher, will now have to save. But that's still an operator in the hands of DeYoung being kept into the next round. And an operator in the hands of DeYoung is not something you want to go up against, as Vulcan has just learned.
I don't want to go against Vulcan with any weapon, let alone an operator. Oh,
no.
Breezy.
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness, Tino. Okay. And that is an op down.
Yes,
Saving
indeed,
was
that's
for
an op
naught.
down. And UW
That's
Stout now once
heartbreaking.
again have to save.
That's heartbreaking.
Toledo might be making a big comeback. They had to win 8 rounds in a row, like you said earlier, in order to even get it into overtime. And
But
currently,
now they're only 4 rounds
they're already
down.
halfway done.
And UW-Stout again coming out on that late buy here. Only 1 rifle.
Yeah, but at least they're going for those ecos, and at least they're trying to play for those rounds where everyone is able to afford full armor, full vandals, and
I
phantoms.
will say that the rounds that UW-Stout have lost have been a lot closer than the rounds that Toledo lost in the previous half.
Yeah, most definitely. Toledo just were not really putting up a defense on their side, on their respective side. And they just seem to be too eager to get kills, too disorganized. UW-Stout are an organized team.
Oh, Steep
But of
getting one
course,
with a stinger.
against a disorganized team could of course cause some disorganization towards the other team, leading it up to the Omen and
player
to
standing.
Wango and DeYoung will now get eliminated too, and that's Wango gone too.
That's
Only
okay.
3
That's
rounds?
okay.
It's okay,
okay.
but there's only 3 rounds. It's getting
2 rifles down. 2 rifles down. Gonna see that timeout coming out for UW-Stout. Much needed. You know what? I think they can do it. They have rifles now. They got 2 rifles offline, which I'm not sure how much of a dent that even puts in the economy. After just,
I don't think it does put a dent on.
but
on
you
the
know what?
economy.
Any damage is good damage. Any damage is good
Yes.
damage. Some damage is
and at
better
least-
than others, like when you can win a round off of it. But any damage is good damage.
Yeah, and like you mentioned last round, these rounds that Toledo have been winning on this attacking side, they've all been close. UW-Stout have been finding kills. They have been able to take Toledo down a little peg every single round. So you actually might be right that them getting a couple kills last time or last round might come in for Toledo. They might just be on a little bit of a lower buy, but looking at what they are buying here, I see 4 rifles. I see 5 vandals in the hands. And since we are on match point, UW-Stout just have to win one of those rounds in order to get it done.
Exactly. Just one more round. One more round and we take this first map. It's very doable. It is so doable.
Yes, indeed, and I think Dion is gonna be taking it straight into the phases of Toledo. I think he's been spotted out though. Sammy will help him out, and Sammy will get himself a kill. Now getting out of there, and even using the Nightmare's Fury, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and
the ultimate is called.
Yeah, and is going to I think it's just Nightmare, isn't it?
Is it Nightmare?
Hunter's Fury. It could be
No,
Nightmare's
Hunter's Fury is
no,
Sova's
that's
ultimate.
Sova. Yeah, they're not both Fury, are they?
I don't know. I think it's that Nightmare then. I don't quite know. I need to start learning those ability names. Been trying to catch up with a couple of them, but there's still just a lot of names to remember, and I'm bad with them.
Where are you?
Me
Apparently,
too.
Tino does not seem to be
I
bad
know
with finding
exactly
heads.
where you
Seep
are.
will get decapitated, and that's gonna be the B bomb side giving up. Even a Neuralink coming through for the Toledo side. Plus, they still have that KO ult available. And that KO could be very detrimental in order to keep this side. But look at this entire UW-Stout side. It seems like they're gonna be going for a bit of a pinch in order to try to catch those Toledo's players out. Gangman is the first point of contact, finds the first, but he turns around. Sammy able to pick it up. The Neon comes out with the trade. Vango getting himself closer
2v2.
and closer, finds himself
Last player
2v2.
standing.
All down to Wangle. Knows where one is.
Player standing.
Ooh,
Oh, but gets 4 offline. You know what? That was so close. That neural theft coming out by Toledo. That was unlucky.
But this is just run. It slipped through the fingers of UW-Stout. They have the eco once again, and next round they might be able to buy, but now they're not on a good buy.
Nightfall.
Nightfall. That's what
it's called. It's night.
That makes
Sorry
sense.
to interrupt.
So,
Just came
no,
to
that's
me.
no problem. It's no problem. It sometimes that happens during casting. But yeah, the UW-Stout, they're probably going to concede this round, and then Toledo will be getting a match point. But look at this from Breezy. Breezy getting himself in close, and the entire side of UW-Stout, they're all pushing C, and Toledo is now aware of it. They will quickly take that A side, quickly actually get themselves in towards CT. I love what I'm seeing from Toledo here. I'm a bit confused on why Neon decided to plant there if everyone is playing towards long and short. It's not the optimal plans if you're playing there, but those steps are being heard out. Toledo know where everyone is coming from.
These trades are coming out.
From
Okay,
Wango,
Wango.
and he's able to find himself
Wow.
a third. Now eventually gets taken down. Dion has the reload. I think it's been heard from Tino. Yes, indeed it has. He picks himself up the kill. Leaves it all up to Seep with a Sheriff.
Oh.
Just about doesn't get the kill. The timing is off.
That's
and Vulcan will
unfortunate.
pick it up.
Wow.
I do
This
not
is
know what
crazy.
I'm witnessing here.
You know what? Everyone, if this game doesn't go the way we want it to, you can blame TW. You have you have my permission.
Don't do it. I mean, I was kind of saying that the game might already be over earlier
You
on.
heard it here
and then
first. You heard it here first. TW is
I am
cursing us.
doomed. I'm doomed. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry, UW-Stouts. Come on, boys. Get this.
Oh.
Get it done.
Revealing end.
Wango is the one that has first contact, and Wango decides to get out of there. Luckily, he's able to get safe. Still, the Rolling Thunder available for that breach on towards that UW-Stout side. But as well, KO has that ultimate. That ultimate is quite powerful. If he uses it early on, he might even be able to shut down the Rolling Thunder. Oh, Vulcan catches one while
Oh, it's
reloading, but Sammy
Sammy?
able to get the kill. Rolling Thunder now comes through. All of the players stuck in long. KO still not being used. Quite interesting. Breezy decides to go for the stick. Now eventually the
at least
KO
get a
does
half,
come
I
through. He's
think.
able to get
Yes.
it to half. And the stick comes through once again. Wango able to stick it, and Wango closes it out. How are you doing this, UW-Stout? What?
Wow.
A game. What an ending!
Wow, what a way to end Haven.
He
Oh
was just
my
a
goodness.
second away. If Wango hit the defuse there a second later, we would have been
Yeah.
in overtime right now.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh,
Wow.
Just.
If anyone was
am
falling
flabbergasted.
asleep, I'm sure you're awake now. What an insane last round. Yeah. No, things were looking so bad there for a second. Was almost looking like we might go into OT. Again, though, I'm pretty confident had we gone into overtime, UW-Stout would have taken it TW.
Well, I did come out with the curse. I mean, you
this
never
is
know with me.
this is all TW. But with that,
I made it exciting.
I mean, you know what? I can't argue with you there. It was exciting, but it also was a little nerve-wracking. But
Oh, yes, indeed.
before TW can curse us anymore, we're going to go to a quick 3-minute break, and then we will come back for Fracture UW-Stout's pick. So don't go anywhere. We still have map 2 coming right up. guys.
Hello, ladies.
No.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're gonna see map 2 in just a bit. Sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of a tech issue. It happens. But of course, we'll be heading into this map 2 of Fracture in just a bit after seeing a stunning game of Haven. It was back and forward the entire way through.
Yeah, I mean, Haven was. I think you said it best. Stunning. I have no words. What a map. But we are headed here into Fracture in just a second, which is UW-Stout's pick. So, as exciting as that last game was, I'm hoping it's not quite as close this time.
Yeah, most definitely. Hopefully, it's not gonna be as close this time. Hopefully, for us, for the UW-Stout here in the chat, it's not going to be one of those nerve-wracking games once again, because that's something that you don't want happening. But I would be down to get another close one. If I'm honest, it's more fun casting a close game than just having a stomp where you kind of just have to hold back on shit-talking the other team. But of course, we'll just have to see what's going to happen. Hopefully Toledo are once again, or hopefully Toledo now are warmed up and ready to go and give UW-Stout a run for their money. I'm of course rooting for UW-Stout to win it, but a good game is a good game. A good game is always fun to watch.
I don't know. I feel like we just had a good game, and I just really, again, UW-Stout, I believe, needs to win these next 2 weeks to solidify a spot. And we've seen some good things from them on Haven. We've seen some good things from them this season. I really want them to be able to move on. So I'm hoping for a fast game. I want them to solidify their place in the round of 32. But I do have to say, looking at these map picks, I do love this Devil Initiator comp coming out from the Blue Devils.
Yeah, DeYoung picking the KO this time around. So I feel like, yeah, last time I casted him on Fracture as well, he was playing KO and he was doing amazing stuff. He showed up massively last game on that Jet. Now he's gonna have to hit a kind of a pace switch, because like you cannot go in with a KO the way you do with it in the same way as you do with a Jet. But I think but because it's DeYoung, he's just gonna do great no matter what. I think like he will just tear up the scoreboard no matter what agent you put him on. Looking at that Toledo side, this is actually a very interesting comp, a Reyna and the Jet. So they just seem to be wanting to get into the face of UW-Stout, relying on Tino and Vulcan to get those opening kills and relying on them to do that job. Because honestly, picking a Reyna instead of perhaps a KO or an Initiators, or but instead of picking an Initiator is honestly a guess pick. It's more about is your player ready? Is your player gonna hit those headshots? If not, then it's just gonna be useless.
Well, and again, I mean, they do have that Initiator there on the side of Breach, but I think looking at that double duelist composition that they have going, what worked there last round, what worked for UW-Stout was getting on site, going fast, and I think that's what they're going to try to do here on UW-Stout's map pick, is just try to go fast and go in there, because that's seemed to be the best way to win rounds. And it looks like this is going to be fast right off the bat. Stout, DeYoung already getting that pick on Tino there, and Plant going to go down.
Tino was not able to do anything. I think he was stunned by the breach there. He got a little rain. He got those paint jobs from the race onto him, and didn't even have a play on him. Now Sammy hitting some amazing shots. What are these flicks coming through from Sammy? Able to pick himself up too. And that will shut the round down for UW-Stout. Able to get themselves on the right foot, or able to get the right how would you say it?
No,
in
you
English?
got it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, able to get the right foot out of the bed first. I don't quite know. There's a saying in my language where if you get out of your bed and you step out of your bed with the wrong foot, you have a bad day, and it seems like he got out of the bed with the right foot.
Well, it looks like UW-Stout is stepping out of bed with the right foot. Sammy getting 2 there from Arcade down to 3 HP, but doesn't matter. You only need 3 HP if you can get your shots off, which Sammy did. And Leah, again, looks like is going to go down. Oh,
Oh, Tino, while flashed, hits the fadeaway shot while running and gunning. It's just some good old Valorant mechanics for you.
One enemy remaining.
Trade will come through. Wango able to pick up those kills. There was a breach done ready for that.
look how low Wangle and the Rays were there. Wow.
Yeah, I saw a world where that could have gone wrong. Those two players, they were both about to be stunned. Luckily, for Wango, he decided, okay, I'm not gonna let them run into me. I'm not gonna let them just stun me and then run over me. I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands, flash him, peek it, get the kills, clean it up, and guarantee the round for my team. And once again, UW-Stout going for the same setup as they had in that pistol round. Tino here, he might have just not learned his lesson.
Well, but Tino has the gun advantage here. But look at all that utility.
Paint shell. The paint shell and the
Oh,
stun
Sammy!
comes through. Sammy
And it's
already in the face of those defenders.
Wow.
He's not learned his lesson. I said it a second beforehand. It's the exact same play as in the pistol round. The stun and the paint shell. And it is just such a powerful wombo combo. Wombo combo.
Ooh.
Yombe picking up one for himself too. Spike, it's planted though for the entire UW-Stout side. All of them in that A main position. And Sammy will fall, and now the gun advantage has been lost. Vulcan able to pick himself up too, and he's gonna prove that the Reyna pick indeed was the right pick, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, again, Vulcan on that Reyna. Reyna's not something you typically see. She's not an agent you normally see in just these organized tournaments as much. But again, that buff a while back with her Lear not having that range of that AoE really kind of upped her viability here when you're playing in these organized tournaments.
Yeah, most definitely. But again, I still think it's just that it's only really the Lear she has that can provide anything for her teammates. The rest of it is just selfish utility. In my eyes, you have your dismiss, you have your heal, and that ultimate once again is just for the Reyna herself. It's only the Lear that you can set up teammates with, and it's not even a good flash. Like you have, you instead could have a breach flash or a KO flash that are just way more useful. And it seems like so far those Lears have been doing their job quite well. As Toledo get themselves some score, but now Sammy entering the side really quickly.
Ooh, Tino.
What a
Tino!
shot. It's the second one. Gonna go for the third. Yes, he's able to hit the third. 20 HP left on Tino, but he still keeps on rolling. What were those shots?
That was nasty.
I mean, if you're UW-Stout there, you must be thinking, we did so much right, but somehow this player, he just hits his shots. And something I do think it's unfortunate by those UW-Stout players, they went in one by one. Gave Tino the chance to get those kills one by one, and Breezy now
okay,
gets
Breezy
himself up a
answering
3K
back,
too.
but Tino!
He's on for the ace. He's on for the ace, and he still has the breach left to find. Wango down under the side. Oh, is he gonna grant Tino the ace? No, Neombe tries to grant Tino the ace. Not quite able to get it, but round is close out. There was no time left to plan. And what a round by Tino.
That was an incredible round there by Tino. Absolutely. I mean, just incredible shots. I don't think anyone can deny that.
Yeah, I don't even have much to say about those shots. It was just UW-Stout peeking one by one, and Tino, he's just solid with the flicks. You do not want to peek into him. if you just don't want to peek into him if he's not stunned or flashed or whatever. Unfortunately, that did happen. Oh, Sammy, look at this aggression from Sammy. Catches off Sparty. Sparty not going to be able to run out of there because of the paint shell. The Ray's ultimate comes through. Toledo, now they found themselves on the back foot. 2 players left, and they still have 4 to find. Tino has his ult because he was able to get those kills last round. But now the question is just, is he even going to be able to save that operator?
Going to try. Going to get one there on Breezy.
And that should be it. That should be it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Is
I
a
think
breach
so.
hunting?
Although,
I mean, they are hunting. They do really
They're
want to try to find that orb. Oh, and Wango has a stinger, so he is indeed gonna go for it. If he had a rifle, he would perhaps go for a save, but on that stinger, why not just hunt Tino down? It's now been spotted out. Gangbang, gonna be stunning him. At least gonna be putting. Or Tino should at least be aware of it.
gets one.
Yeah, he's able to get that kill and picks up the rifle too, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed he is. So that's a great upgrade, and that will put Toledo down another weapon. I'm wondering here if they even have enough money to buy. Yeah, they do. There's gonna be a couple of bulldogs, but it's not a powerful.
But it's not a comfortable buy either, because if you lose this round, not looking at a whole lot for next round.
Yes, indeed. And if what it is just gonna be up to is Tino with his operator, if he's able to open up the scoreboard, perhaps get a couple kills, make sure that his teammates can get those upgraded rifles, there is a chance for Toledo. But of course, he didn't go for the right spot in the beginning of the round, so he's gonna have to wait with getting those kills.
Yeah.
Simon already having entered the site.
But
Tino,
getting one.
operator coming through. The no command is activated by Dion. He searches for one more. Quite an aggressive peek. Has the spike on his back. Tino able to pick himself up another one, leaving it all up to Dion. Dion,
oh,
the
gets
machine.
the op.
No, Dion. Don't blow my mind. Don't do it again. Dion, but there's one
Dion.
behind you.
No, Dion's got this.
Where?
Oh, Dion!
What is that shot from Dion?
Dion, you got this.
Gets the nade out, and what? Sparty
goodness.
peeks into him. Dion, what are you doing?
Insane.
Oh,
Dion, you're incredible. That was crazy.
what is that?
What's
up?
Young's just not afraid. Young just knows that he's better. He just knows he's better.
Yeah, check him
Wow.
PC, as you would say. What is that?
Wow.
This man is a highlight machine. I won't
My
be
goodness.
I will not be surprised if I see him in an actual tier 1, perhaps tier 2 team in a couple years time. He is definitely on his way there. As is the rest of the UW-Stout team. They've already once again found themselves in an advantage. But look at this. That breach, he's getting closed in on. He might be getting to, or that Cypher, he's going to be taken down, but not before he's able to find the 3k. And it does indeed come through. Those players, those last remaining players, they do have a couple upgraded weapons, not necessarily the ones they want. Aftershock, but the breach ult does come through. Dion picks himself up another one, keeps the fragging going. Seep closes it out, and that's 5 on the scoreboard for UW-Stout.
Yeah, this is the UW-Stout that we know, that we've seen on attack. This is their map pick. And again, with their team composition, I do think that they're going to be pretty powerful here on defense as well. I can see now why Fracture's their map pick. And I think a lot of what this has just come down to is just individual players winning individual gunfights.
Yeah, most definitely. This has once again been one of those games that is just filled with highlights. Filled with those amazing moments that we Valorant players, we Valorant viewers maybe even just live for. You know, one that should be getting first contact. UW-Stout's side will go for the B bomb side this time. Sparty is gonna have to wait a second with peeking. Now indeed he does peek. After that, Nate does disappear. Wango picks him up, and actually the breach, the brim ult does come through, and it will find one. That's despite even down. UW-Stout, they have to get quite aggressive into
Breezy.
the faces.
Oh, Breezy.
Breezy!
Breezy! Yeah! Breezy, no! But gets Vulcan at the very least.
Yeah, I think he's definitely done his job over here. Tino is on 40 HP as well, so one bullet really taking him down. And it doesn't even matter. If you have an operator, that one bullet doesn't even matter as long as you are just quicker on that trigger.
Remaining.
Oh, Sammy!
Last player standing.
Oh, Sammy.
Oh no, gang member Mage is
you
making it close, but the orbital strike, it is available for Seep, and he still even has a Molotov. The tap should come into one pretty soon here. Oh god, I think Seep hasn't fallen for it. Seep hasn't fallen for it. He is reading this play. What a...
That is so well played, because I would have fallen for it. I would have gotten nervous.
Yes.
Like, what if he's sticking? Bros don't fake.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he would have stuck right there, he
Well
would have had
played,
it.
yeah. Well played there by Seep. Seep read that so beautifully.
And at least for that Toledo side, the operator does get saved. Tino, once again, is able to get it back into his hands. But looking at the money for Toledo, it's not good at all. There's going to be a Bulldog into play. Tino might be able to drop one of his teammates a Vandal or a Phantom. But again, it's just not optimal.
Yeah, I mean, that is tough, but again, already in a better position than they were last map at this point, so don't have to worry. Wow,
Making it more competitive.
Sparty, nice shot. Wow,
To pick himself
again.
up too, but at least that's a KO that he downed. At least that's a good sign for UW-Stout. The KO might should be coming in pretty soon since he did activate his no command. Wango now getting straight into the faces of
But
Toledo.
it doesn't matter.
But
Wango straight
trades
into
it
the
out.
crosshair of that operator.
Operator doing work once again. Tino on and up is not something you want to go up against if you're UW-Stout.
Didn't check. Nobody checked Breezy. Nobody checked Breezy. Nobody checked Breezy.
Dion almost got all of his bullets and hits the last one onto Tino.
Wow.
UW-Stout, they've won out this first half.
Incredible. Precise gameplay.
Yes, and for a second there, it was looking very grim for UW-Stout. It was looking like Toledo was gonna pull back another round. After that breach ult came through, I thought it was done, but they did not read Breezy's play there. Breezy was just looming in the corner, and he hit the backstab at the exact right moment. Probably some miscommunication on the side of Toledo. But miscommunication is it is just something that can happen. And once it happens, if someone is able to provide off it, get those kills, it can cost dearly. Sammy, look at this, he's just looming around. I don't think there's anyone aware of it. His stab should not have been heard. Vulcan does
Breezy
come out
gets
with the
Sparty
pick, able
though.
to pick him up. Oh, Vulcan hits the one tap. That's down a double kill on the side. He's still alive and kicking. Tino now trades him out after those kills come through on the UW-Stout. We now find ourselves in a 2 versus 2 situation. Dion, he is looming, getting himself in closer and closer. This is a very good angle. Even goes inside of the smoke. Oh no, there is no way these players are aware of it. He's just inches away from getting those 2 kills. At least he's able to get one, but gang member trades it out. Look at this, the Brimstone, he's low. Both of the players not quite on high HP. He's not going to be able to stick it towards half. Seep comes in with the peak and closes it down before any bullet hits him.
To respect their elders.
Seep is just so good at reading that, like, post-plant scenario. I mean, well played.
Yeah, you could just say, I would just say that he has balls of steel, to be honest.
Yeah.
Every single time, he just reads it perfectly. He knows what the enemy is thinking. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Seep is the IGL on the UW-Stout side. I'm not quite sure. I might have to ask the production about that. But if he is the IGL, he is reading their minds, and that's a good sign for the players, for these players. You want your IGL to be reading your opposing team. You
And
want
they
him
have
to be able
to.
to get those kills. And UW-Stout once again reading the play perfectly.
My ult's ready.
Oh man.
Launching smoke.
Not looking good for Toledo here.
Last player
Looking
standing.
great for UW-Stout, and I'll said it once and I'll say it again. I am a UW-Stout fan.
Exactly, I'm the same. UW-Stout now find themselves online. Toledo should have a buy
Last
back
round
into
before
the,
the switch.
buy into the next round. And you know what? We were talking about the caster curse earlier on. I think, you know what I think is gonna happen here? Toledo's
What do you
gonna get
think
a
is gonna
third
happen?
on the scoreboard, and then it's 3-9. And you know what 3-9
You know what that
means in
means.
Valorant.
And we are not gonna say what that means.
No, I'm gonna say.
We're not
what
gonna
it
say it out
means,
loud.
'cause-
Do not say it out loud.
Yeah, I
No,
am
no, no.
I am saying it out loud just to curse it. Every single time I say 3-9's curse, then it doesn't happen. If I don't mention it,
Okay, fine.
it does
Mention it.
indeed happen.
Mention it. Mention it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
mention
yeah.
it. If Toledo picks up this round, I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna mention that 3-9 curse being a potential thing here, but of course we still have to play this round. Reyna ult activated, Vulcan only able to get himself one before he's able to dismiss. The side has not been taken yet, and Sparty is thinking about using that Killjoy, the Killjoy lockdown. Getting it down, Breezy
Spike planted.
gets taken down too. And of course that lockdown is still available. But looking at
Oh,
Steve,
Dion,
he
okay.
still has his Brimstone ult. He still has that orbital strike, which should be a great counter towards that lockdown. Now the flank is
Wow.
coming through. Wango able to pick himself up. No, I thought he got both kills. Seep actually gets the last one
Switching
with the
sides.
orbital strike. And I was mentioning the 3-9, and it's not even gonna happen because I
Yeah.
mentioned it.
That's true. That's true. But you know what? UW-Stout doesn't need your reverse caster curse. I mean, they're just so strong here on attack. Again, only need 3 more rounds. If they're able to win this pistol round, and then of course buy up the next one, I mean, I think that just might solidify it. But again, I also don't want to get too ahead of myself, because last map, I believe it was 10-2 at the half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed. It was 10-2 as well.
And that one was a little bit too close for comfort.
Yes, indeed. And it's gonna be up to Toledo though. If they find this pistol round, they might be able to get clawed away back in. If they don't, I think UW-Stout is gonna run away with it, and UW-Stout
Spike
gets off
down
to a
A.
great start. Getting a couple kills towards those Toledo players. Only 2 of them left, and both of them are tagged up, low HP. And they've been spotted out.
One enemy remaining.
Unknown where they are. Steve
Oh,
gets himself
oh.
one with the right click. De Jong still looming in the smoke, waiting, seeing if he can find that kill. Mage, fakes the plan.
Wow.
De Jong getting out of that smoke, still has a gray screen, but hits the headshot before Mage is able to get those shots onto him.
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately for Toledo, if they wanted to stand a chance, they really needed to win that first pistol. But that just means that's just good news for UW-Stout. And like I said, am rooting for it. The Blue Devils, I want them to win. I want them to move on to the round of 32, and they need to win here. Again, even if they lose Fracture, we still have Pearl, but I don't know if my heart can take that. Let's just finish it up quick.
I don't quite think mine would be able to take that either, but Vulcan indeed does want to go to Pearl. Vulcan picking himself up the first one, at least gonna give Toledo a little bit of a chance back into this. So many stingers, and the sound of stingers is just a pain in UW-Stouts is right now. De Jong, oh wait a second, able to pick up 2 with the Bulldog. Flash comes through, but not quite in time. Pistol from B.
One
I
enemy
know they're
remaining.
aware.
Ooh,
Steps have
oh,
been heard. He's not
Breezy!
spotted
Oh,
out, and
so close.
Orkan able to close it out. Wow.
Just
Again,
barely.
getting close.
Yeah, and they did actually have to force up that last round. So it looks like they're going to be able to get some bulldogs out of this. Some specters. It looks like UW-Stout is going to be on a save here. Maybe.
And they immediately
Goodbye,
call
but
a timeout too.
yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Calling a
That
timeout
was a
while
good
you're
call.
still on the eco, it gives you more time going forward or in the eco round to talk about what you want to do in the next round where you have the weaponry, where you have the buy round in order to win. So this just basically gives them the timeout time and an entire eco time to just talk about and think about what they want to do going forward. I like this call. We'll just really have to see if it comes into fruition, if it really helps UW-Stout out. So far, I mean, it might just be a little bit of a mental reset, or it might just be a stop for Toledo, or a how should I call it? They might just be trying to stop Toledo in the tracks before they're able to snowball it into
Yeah.
it into several rounds win.
I mean, that was a really important turnaround there for Toledo, but I think it might just be what you said. Valorant is such a mental game, and having that little timeout, that mental reset, is pretty crucial, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. Trying to stop Toledo in their tracks. Shows out to the De Jong. Oh wow. Once again shows up with that sheriff. He doesn't need any weaponry. He just needs a sheriff in his hands and he will get himself a kill. What is it from Breezy? What are you doing, Breezy? Able to get out of the smoke, hits Mage with a stink, but doesn't quite do enough damage.
Wow,
Seed
good
Man
shots.
left to do it all. At least Breach is on low HP, but it doesn't even matter. Tino finishes it up. And that's gonna be 4 on the
Hey,
scoreboard for Toledo.
Good damage.
UW-Stout now do have the weaponry.
They do. And you got 2 guns offline. Again, any damage is good damage.
Yeah, most definitely. At least if you're Toledo fan, you're gonna be happy about that buy. They should be having full utility, and they all have full riflery at least. They all have full riflery and shields, actually. Plus, some of the players are quite close to getting their ultimates online, so we're just gonna have to see who decides to pick up those ultimate orbs. Now De Jong defending heaven with that Molotov, able to get Killjoy down low, gets himself the first one onto Vulcan, pre-firing for the second one. 2 kills, that's all he needs. Able to give his teammates an opportunity to win it out. Leon almost gets killed, luckily gets saved out by Tino, but that orbital strike, it is
huge.
just doom.
Last player standing.
Well done to Tino here. Oh, gets one through the smoke. But they know exactly where Tino is. They're going to be able to get this defuse down. That is now 12 rounds on the board for UW-Stout. And that means it is match point yet again. Toledo needs to win 8 rounds in a row to bring this to overtime. Now, they were very close to doing that on Haven. Weren't able to pull it off in the end. But again, that is a steep hill that they have to climb just to make it to OT.
Indeed, I wouldn't even say that it's a hill. It's more like they have to climb Mount Everest.
Well, they were able to do it on Haven, though. I mean, they did not bring it to OT, but pretty close. I mean, it was, 11-13?
Yeah, I mean,
after that 10-2 half. So it's nothing is impossible, but things are not looking too hot there for Toledo here.
exactly. On that last map, they were able to see the peak of the mountain. Fortunately, not quite able to pull themselves up that mountain, as they now do have to go up against this UW-Stout side once again. 8 match points, and Breezy should be able to find himself the first one, but Trade immediately comes out from Tino through the smokes with those knives. That's interesting. Killjoy lockdown now coming through as well from the side of Toledo, using those ultimates in quite a good fashion, and it seems like Toledo once again might be able to pick themselves up a round. No, I am getting flashbacks already. this shouldn't be anything more coming through from these last two players.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna try to save, but he's looking for that pick and gets it on Tino. Huge pick there.
Yeah, that is big damage. I usually think that whenever you get 3 kills, then the other side will most likely have a pretty weaker buy. At least one of the players will have a weaker buy. If you only get 2 kills, then I mean, still two players usually stay alive. Those 2 players, or sorry, if you only get 2 kills, those 3 players only have to drop 2 weapons, and usually 2 out of those 3 players at least have money to drop. And actually, it doesn't even matter. Toledo here, they have enough money. It's just going to be about utility. I don't quite know if.
I mean, they won that round. I think getting that pick, what made it huge is that imagine if Tino had gotten that pick there. I mean, that would have put UW-Stout in a pretty bad situation. But they were able to take that gun into the next round. Young, of course.
I have to see if those hero rifles will come through and deliver. Now DeYoung here though, with the sheriff on to heaven. He's been amazing. He's hit some amazing shots with those with the things so far. Every single time he gets himself one pick. Oh, and the aftershock even, or the breach shot even comes out from the UW-Stout side. That's an interesting decision to make. Tino able to pick himself up the first one, and it seems to be going the way of Toledo. All of the kills are being found.
Oh, but gets one at least.
He's 22 HP and the OMB picks it up. Oh no, flashbacks are starting to happen.
I think that's all you could do
Who
there.
am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill after this.
I'm wondering, did UW-Stout really force into that round? Because it seemed like... Okay, they didn't. I am kind of confused as why they decided to use that breach shot on an eco round. I mean, looking at their ultimates, looking at the agents that they're playing, almost all of them have quite easy or quite round-winning ultimates. And then perhaps building all of them up just to win out one round for free should be the goal. They only need one round, of course. Building those up would be the play here. I guess they just saw an opportunity. They saw a hole in the plan of Toledo as DeYoung indeed makes a hole in Tino's head. Now he will be spotted out too. Seep able to trade it out. These last 2 players on the back foot, and Sammy will close it out. 13-6 for UW-Stout. Toledo this time around not able to do the comeback.
Not able to do the comeback, but that is okay because that means that UW-Stout is 2-0 on this week 3, round 3, excuse me. Well, 3rd match. This round 3 of CVAL. Yeah, 2-1, round 3. That does mean that if they are able to win the next matchup, which I believe is against...
I don't quite remember either.
I don't quite remember, but should they win the next matchup, they should be moving on to the next round. So again, if we see them play like they did today, I think that should not be a problem. Great games from UW-Stout. And all I can say is I can definitely see why Fracture is their map pick. I think they were comfortable there. Great shots, great things from them. Just all around good Valorant. So UW-Stout, we are rooting for you as you move on through this next stage of rounds for CVAL. TW, it was a pleasure casting with you today. Anything else you have to say?
With you today too. No, not really. You kind of just summed it up perfectly. UW-Stout showing up the entire way through, the individuals showing up when it matters the most. We saw some amazing clutches from DeYoung today. And hopefully I'll be able to use them for my caster reel, because that was definitely something I want to be showing to other tournament organizers. This was an absolute great time casting with you, and hopefully we might even be able to cast together for the next round coming up in a week or 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, and hopefully this is not the end for UW-Stout CVAL. Again, just waiting the next round 4. But again, I think if they play like they did today, should have no trouble breezing on past this group stage. So again, TW, yes, it has been an honor casting with you. Thank you, Bent Up, for producing and observing. Thank you, Grizzly, for observing. And congrats to UW-Stout, to the great team of players. I'm excited to see you guys play in the next round. And you, FaZe, if you're out there listening, we're excited to see you play too. But with that, make sure to check back in as we move on to round 4, our last match of groups. And hopefully we'll see you next map and in the round of 32. So with that, we will see you later. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch to see when we're live next. And you can always follow our socials. Thank you so much, everyone.
Right there, if I'm not mistaken.
Right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Somewhere? This way, maybe?
Yeah,
Somewhere
that
down
side,
at the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those sides, there's a heart. Just click it. But yeah, congrats to the players, and we'll see you guys next time.